Nazish Bukhari, who has a really unique and exceptional CV. She's a poet. She won the Poetry Grand Slam. She's also a creative writer and a concept designer. And now what does that mean in terms of public speaking and in terms of creative speaking? Let's find out. Hi.
Hi. So the thing is that an empty stage and an empty page have always inspired me. They're the two things that go together. So basically, concept designer means that somebody who creates the concept behind a theme, behind a thing. And whenever we're talking about writing or expressing ourselves, there has to be some meaning behind it. So that's basically what I do. I give the meaning behind the words. And conceptual writing is based on having a proper purpose for what you're delivering. So whenever you have declamations or other kind of parliamentary style debates, they are based on some kind of a thought process behind them. So that thought process is very important. So I conduct creative writing, think out of the box, creative writing workshops with schools, and it is basically based on developing that creative thinking first. So until and unless you have that thinking, that input is important to have that output. So that is what it's all about.
That's fascinating. I didn't even know that just this job existed. But that's amazing. So you're here as a guest of honor at the Speakers of Today, the Leaders of Tomorrow event. How important is it to expose children really young to public speaking? So my 2-year-old does public speaking. Is that a good idea, bad idea? When should we start?
I think that's an excellent idea, because I remember my first speech, declamation being very early as well, and that's what got me started writing, because I remember it was luck, not wisdom, rules the world. So that was the topic, and I tried to find some material, and the encouragement that I got from my parents, I said, write it yourself. No matter what, it could be wrong, it could be right, but do it yourself. So writing that declamation actually got me started writing, and from a very simple verse of poetry that I wrote, that I'll work and crave and use my wisdom to reach the highest sun, but wonder why my wisdom asks if I would be the lucky one.
You wrote that yourself? At what age?
I think I was 6 or 7.
Wow. So do you think a poet is born, or do you think poets can be taught?
I think a lot can be taught, but yes, something natural has to be there. But the earlier we start, the better.
And what would you say to parents and children who get really upset? So I do these events once a month, and a lot of times children who've never ever taken the rostrum take the rostrum at these events, because our lowest age category is 4, and that's the lowest all over Pakistan. Generally the competitions are under 19. So what would you say to parents and children? I know even my children get really upset, and then they start crying when they don't win. How do we explain to children and to parents that it's not about taking home the trophy?
It's definitely. It is one of the toughest things to do, because the children put all their heart and they put all their emotions and effort into something. But that's what it's all about. It's not just about winning. It's about the experience, the overall thing. As I work with children from Kids Campus and HSN and Convent and Grammar, and I work with them on stage plays. So, with them having the annual plays, everyone wants the main role. Everyone wants to be the center of attention. Everyone wants to have that star, be the star on stage. But the thing is that unless and until you're having fun, what we try to, inculcate in them is that it's all about having fun. If you enjoy what you're doing, then you'll actually do it the best. And then you'll shine through. Then everyone will look at you and appreciate what you're doing, even if it's just 2 lines, or even if it's just something very small. So that same goes when you're there on stage and you're participating and you're taking part in something that you have your heart in. Then that's all that matters, because that's where the love of speaking or writing or acting develops, and then that can take you to great heights, because as they say, today's speakers are tomorrow's leaders.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that today's speakers will be tomorrow's leaders?
I do, because the thing is, if you go back into history, you go you know, our Qaid Jinnah, he was he was a lawyer, he was a narrator, he was an actor. He acted in Shakespearean plays in London. So until and unless you have that ability to be on stage, you have to have that ability to be a public person. You know, that confidence. That's what it's all about.
Great. It's been so good talking to you, and obviously we'll hear more from you once the event begins. Thank you.
Thank you very much.